What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And I'm just gonna give a quick welcome back to myself for coming back. It has been some time, and I figured a great way to kind of get back into the swing of things is just sit down and play with some makeup. This is all makeup that you guys have seen 10 times before on my channel, so there's nothing new here. As always, I will do my absolute best to have everything listed and linked down below in the description box. But really today, I just kind of wanted to sit down and just talk about where I've been, what's been going on, etc. I would love it if you take the time to put a nice big fat comment down below talking about where you've been, how everything's been going on with you, because it's been some time. And even the last little blip of videos that I uploaded, I was just very much just trying to get things up, and I didn't really have time to sit and digest everything that has been going on in my life pretty much since my move here to North Carolina. And it's been about a year, and my life has just drastically changed since I did this move, in some good ways, some bad ways, some in between ways, of course. And so I just wanted to sit down here and play. We're going to put on some makeup because I'm supposed to be hanging out with a friend in about 2 or so hours. So I'm going to try to take as much time here and just film. And then that way, hopefully later this weekend, I can have the time to edit and maybe get a video up this upcoming week, who knows. But yeah, that's why my hair is kind of a bit disheveled. I still haven't had the time to take it out. I just had to do some things this morning. It is quite early in the morning. It's about 7:48, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna go from there. So I haven't really talked a lot about my new job, just not my vibes. I like to kind of keep some things a little bit personal, if you will, and it's very hard to do that when you do any form of social media, even though I'm not very, oh my goodness, Kim, oh, let me get my mirror situated, because for some reason it's like super short. Why is it so short? All right, so I've not talked a lot about my job, just that I'm in the medical field, and that's accurate. But also I work overnight, and working overnight is not for the weak, especially at the ripe age of the 30s. I feel like working overnight has been a lot harder to adjust to than it was when I was in my 20s, because that was the last time I really worked this type of schedule. But even outside of that, I'm working 10-hour shifts. So we only work 4 days a week, but it's 10-hour shifts. And on top of that being overnight, it's just been not easy to adjust to. And so that's been difficult. Just kind of getting the swing of a new job has been difficult. This is the field that I've kind of always wanted to join and be a part of. And so in doing that, I took a pay cut, a pretty decent pay cut, not from the job that I had right after I graduated my last degree. I need some caffeine, so we're going to open this up. But from the job that I had before I did my second master's. So that job is like the one that I kind of consider my last real job, because it really was. The one in between, I was only there for a couple of months. And although I loved that job, it was not truly in my field. I just kind of took it because I needed a job at that time. Oh, I love my witch's brew, although I can never find it this year because apparently it's gone viral on TikTok. But I digress. So I'm now in the field that I'm actually happy to be in, and I'm getting the hang of things. And right after I got the hang of things, got the hang of my schedule, trying to piecemeal when I do my chores, when I do my grocery shopping, etc. Because one thing, if you don't know me, I hate leaving my apartment. I do not like it at all. If I could stay at home 24/7, I would. I am very much a homebody. But my friends here, because of my job and just other people that I've gotten to know, which is not a lot of people outside of my job, but once again, I digress. They're all extroverts. So they have me doing things X, Y, and Z, which is good. It's very good to force me out of my spot, because if you don't, I would get very comfortable being home. Very comfortable just kind of being with myself. And that's really a main kind of driving force for why I started my channel to begin with. I was very much a homebody, which I still am. But I didn't really have friends that would force me out, at least not in, that's somebody's car, not at least in the area that I was. And they also weren't in the same kind of point in life as I am, right? So a lot of my friends from like high school or whatever have you that happen to be in the same area as me, they were already married. They already had families. And so, as much as you may want to still be friends, and sometimes people are able to eclipse those differences, we just weren't. And that's okay. It's okay for people to be in your moment for a season, in your life for a season, in your life for a couple of seasons. Maybe they take a couple seasons off and they come back, whatever have you. So I've never felt any kind of malice towards people who kind of leave my life, or the people who I kind of say goodbye in my life. Sometimes it's just time, in that time, whenever that is, to just say goodbye. But being here, a lot of people have wanted me to hang out, do X, Y, and Z, and that's been good for me, but it's also taken a lot out of my energy bubble. And for me, YouTube takes from me, not in a bad way, but it's just, this is my form of socializing in a way. And so because I was already socializing with people in my real life, to sit down here, record a video, talk about makeup, although I do still enjoy makeup, whether it's new makeup or just using the products that I have, it was hard. It was hard to juggle all of that. And then right after I did that like last spurt of videos, I got a part-time job to make up for some of the money that I was not getting from that previous job that I have now referenced a little bit. My lighting today is a mess. My lighting is always kind of a bit of a mess. So I'm just going to put my flashlight on my phone just to see if I actually blended my makeup. This is a wild technique. Would not recommend, but yeah, I just want to know. And I really want to focus on, you guys probably can't see, especially because I just did that. I have a pretty bad hyperpigmentation spot up on the top from my do-rag. I don't even understand how that happened, but it happened. And so that's the main reason why I want to put makeup on. For me, certain things bring out insecurities, and having really bad hyperpigmentation is not a fun thing for me to experience. I just don't like it. So anyways, I'm just going to put a smaller second layer on. Really going to let that one part on the foundation really settle up here. So they were taking away my energy bubble, and then I got that part-time job, and that part-time job, although I did not want it to be, took away 2 of my weekend days. So I went from having 3 days to kind of decompress, get chores done, errands done, etc., to a singular day. And so the concept of somehow fitting filming into that got even less important, unfortunately. And it just was not something that I was able to fathom doing. It really wasn't. On top of all of that, oh yes, I think I actually got that covered up. Thank goodness. On top of all of that, I have very bad sleep. I've always been a bad sleeper. That's never been a good thing for me, regardless of what type of shift I work at my job, whether I work during the day, night, swing shift, or second shift, depending on the field that you're in. There's like different ways that these shifts are named. Regardless, I've had terrible sleep. And the older I get, it seems to be getting, I don't want to say worse, but it seems to be more impactful in a negative way. And so usually during my work week, I get about 4 to 5 hours of sleep. And so if you think about it, right, you just worked a 10-hour shift. You get home, you clean up, etc. And for me, I've now included working out, which we'll get to in a second. So I'm usually shutting down around 10:30, 11 a.m. So from 11 a.m. till about 2 is when I get my sleep. And then from 2 to the next 10:30, 11 a.m. I'm up. And when I mean I'm up, I'm up. I'm not that person who can like slightly be woken up and then shut back down. No, I'm wide awake. I've incorporated magnesium and melatonin into my kind of night routine to try to adjust, and it does not work. So once again, not only am I taking the 3 days where I can like slowly get my sleep piecemeal back and then kind of be fully rested for my work week, and shifting that down to one singular day where I really have to crunch all of my sleep into, that one section. But that's how it was. And so it was just really, really difficult. I'm very thankful that as of late, I've been able to adjust slightly. And now I usually take the Thursday, like the actual day of Thursday, and I sleep until the tween hours on Friday. And that's how I kind of reset my body and like I'm prepared for technically the beginning of my work week, which is Saturday, because I now work Saturday and Sunday at my part-time job, and then Sunday night through Thursday morning at my main job. And yes, I said I work 2 different jobs on one day, once again adding to the stress and the mayhem of just my life. And so once again, unfortunately, when it came to sitting down and filming and then editing, which I'm not gonna lie, I low-key hate editing, especially my own videos, because I have so many starts and stops and I would want so many things to be like embedded into the videos, and like who has the time to like go through and find those specific photos that I want, etc., etc., etc. So it became so daunting, so draining, and I just didn't have the energy. I didn't. And so that's what happened. That's genuinely what happened. And as much as I wanted to, okay, well, let's just try to get on live stream and just kind of stay in the moment, I need my nights and my days to do X, Y, and Z. It just so happens that this week I'm just going to do what I need to do because I just wanted to get back to filming, if we're being honest. It really is a way to outlet some stuff that I otherwise don't have a method in which currently I can do. I've found many different hobbies in this year or so that I've been here in this apartment, and I have enjoyed all of those hobbies. I don't think I've shared any of them with you guys, but I absolutely adore DIYing. I have become a DIY girly. I have been somebody who, when I see something, I'm like, well, I don't need to buy that. I can make it. And I've enjoyed making it, whether it looks 100% like the way that, you know, the professional version would be, or whether it looks crazy. It's still the fact that like I took the time to make it, that it makes it so unique and so loved in my own method. And don't get me wrong, there's some things I look at, I'm like, girl, that looks crusty, dusty, and musty. What's going on? Oh, something's going on with my computer. But even when I feel those moments of like, that was a choice, I'm still happy that I took that time. Why? Because in that time that it took me to DIY, which for me always takes me some time because of my schedule and because of just me, I can actually see, did I actually want that? Did I actually need it? Or was it just something that in the moment I thought was really cool? And if I had clicked the button, yeah, I would have used it for that season. But maybe next season when we come around to, let's say, holiday time period or my birthday or whatever, I won't want that particular item anymore. And so I think there's something to DIYing, regardless if it looks as beautiful as the like the professional version would be, because then you can actually see if it's something that long-term fits your style. And maybe if it long-term fits your style, you can keep it and you can actually buy the real thing, the thing that costs like $50 or $100 or more. And so, yeah, I've just been, what's going on with my stick? Ugh. This is another thing I have to address. Oh my gosh. But I've just been enjoying so many different other things that unfortunately sitting down here to do makeup videos has just not been 100% priority. And on top of that, because of that, I've also not really been doing makeup in general. I really don't put makeup on unless I'm going out with friends at night. That's really the only reason I will reach for makeup. And even then, I'll do a very simple beat and call it a day. And with that said, I think it was last week, I had planned to go to a drag event with some friends. And unfortunately, it was like a BB cream that I've always enjoyed. Just, you know, I don't need BB creams every day and I don't reach for makeup every day. The texture was off. The complexion shade was off. I'm just going to use that light again, just to make sure as much as possible that I blended that contour in. I highly do not recommend being like this chaotic, but like I said, this was the only time I really had to do filming. And the texture was completely off. Same with my Makeup by Mario dark cream bronzer. I absolutely love this cream bronzer. It was always slightly like, I don't want to say dry, but the texture was a little bit thicker. It wasn't super malleable, which I enjoyed, but it was super easy to blend in, and the color was just fantastic. It gave me a little bit of warmth on my skin tone compared to my skin tone, even though it said it was a contour stick, and it worked. It worked beautifully, and I just had the worst time trying to just scroll or turn it to so that I could actually use the product. And so unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to do a massive declutter coming up very, very soon, because I think a lot of my makeup has just expired. It's expired because it's been so long since I've used it, and even then, outside of that, it's been so long since I bought it. I mean, a lot of this makeup I've loved and cherished for many a years. And I think it's just time to kind of reset and start over. And that's fine. It'll be very sad, but I think also it will lend to having a makeup collection or a makeup stash that actually showcases how much I'm using my makeup right now, because unfortunately I'm just not using it as much. Now, don't get me wrong. I definitely see so many new things, like when I have the time to sit there and like look on Sephora or Ulta or wherever have you. I see so many beautiful products coming out from brands that I absolutely adore historically, and I want to try them. But at the same time, am I going to use it? And if I am going to use it, how frequently am I going to use it to actually need to buy, let's say 2 or 3? Oh, this is the wrong shade. Got to get the better shade or a different shade, different product in general. Is it going to actually be worth it to buy these products? So there's so much to consider. I think I'm just going to switch to Odin's Eye. I think this brand is still active. That's another issue. There's so many brands that are no longer actually brands, and I have so much of that indie makeup that I really need to kind of cleanse myself and my collection of some of those things. Now, some of my favorites, if they're still good, I'll keep them. But the things that are expired, and I know they're expired and the brands are gone, I really need to just let them go and just start anew. That's pretty much what I did with my decluttered stash. I pretty much got rid of everything makeup wise that was in that stash, because I had decluttered and put things in there so long ago. And, you know, understandably, people haven't asked me for makeup, whether they have the money to buy their own makeup, or when I was actively giving to them, you know, they're still using those products. And so that alone, I have nobody to give this extra and backup makeup to. So I really need to just cleanse myself of all of these things. I really, really do. And so that's probably going to be one of the next videos you see. It's going to be pretty a massive declutter, just because it's necessary. It's so necessary for where I am in my makeup love affair, if you will. I don't think I will ever be a straight up minimalist, but I don't think I will be as much of a maximalist in the makeup hoarding as I have been, specifically with things that I know will go like super, super bad, like powder products. I don't think you'll ever really stop me from having an obscene amount of powder products. I think I'm going to always just want to keep certain things like my favorites. And if, you know, they don't smell bad, which powder products rarely smell bad, I'm probably just going to keep them, unless like the pigmentation like drastically changes, then maybe I'll give them up. But otherwise, I mean, you gotta let go, and you gotta continue to evolve. And that's what I think I was not able to kind of digest and kind of come to the realization until recently. My overall interest in like what I like to do, like I said, I really love DIYing. I absolutely adore thrifting. That's actually what I'm going to be doing with my friend coming up. Today. We're going to go thrifting. And so it's like, for me, I want my channel to not stay as stagnant as I've allowed it to. And that's a personal thing. And I understand if in showing, you know, my plethora of now hobbies, people step away. I'm sure people either chose to or YouTube unsubscribed them, as I've been so inconsistent this past year. And that's fine as well. It's perfectly fine. I completely understand it. I do that. When a YouTuber is no longer providing what I need, or I'm just not needing that type of content, I will unsubscribe, because there's just no point. One, it clogs up your subscription feed, and to me that feed is like super precious. But also it shows the lens. So, because at the end of the day, I don't think anybody should expect, whether they're a YouTuber, a friend, a family, whoever, nobody should expect you to stay so stagnant in which you never evolve, you never change. And yeah, I feel like I'm not even making any sense anymore, which understandable. But yeah, I feel like I've changed so much in this year. I mean, life does that to you. And unfortunately, our lives right now are just so chaotic. We never know what's going to happen. And honestly, the economy has changed. Like, the economy that was here when I was in Maryland is definitely not the economy that I'm dealing with here in North Carolina. I mean, things are just so much more expensive right now. And so to think that I can spend $50 on a nail polish or a lip liner is just, for me, outlandish, as this is not my job. And I'm not really bringing in money. I'm really not. And that's fine. Don't get me wrong. But just like there's no true benefit if I'm not even going to, at minimum, use the products to their finish before they expire on me. I think I'm gonna do my lips really quickly, and then I'll switch to my eyes. I didn't think about zooming in at all. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Let me push me down so I'm fully in frame. Y'all can see the whole do-rag. Let me get my lip liner sharpener, which is in my everyday stash I use for makeup, and I think that's it. I think I'll finally be able to sit down and like finish this out. Whew, so I just got in front of the mirror, because I if I'm gonna put makeup on, I just do it in front of my bathroom mirror every morning. And I put a nice healthy amount of that blush on, as I always do, so I don't need any more. In this lighting, it doesn't look like a lot, but it's a nice amount of blush. Let me do my lip liner, and then I hopefully can kind of organize my thoughts. I'm gonna probably put on my liquid lipstick. I think I want to go really bold today, which means I probably need to change my outfit, because my outfit is not giving for this like bold makeup look. And then we'll keep going. Okay, we're giving very vampy lips and cheeks, but it is a-okay. So what was I talking about? I was rambling. Let's face it. But to ultimately kind of conclude whatever I was saying, I've changed. My life has changed. And so in doing that, I think that my channel should reflect that. And that's really what I was coming to grips with in this year, in which I was trying to still post the same type of content and like still talk about the same type of content. Don't get me wrong. Am I interested in like talking about new makeup releases? Yes, but there's just no way I can financially keep up with everything. And nor do I think I can like make sure to actually talk about everything under the sun. Like, that's just not something I can fathomly do, because this isn't my main job. This isn't something that I can like put that much effort into, because I now have not only an actual job that is paying me full-time money, but I also have a job that's paying me part-time money. And both of those jobs take up so much of my week and my energy. And then I have friends that want to hang out with me, God forbid. And so that takes so much energy out of me. All of those three things combined, then in the little bit of energy that I have left, I like to try to thrift at least once a week. I think that it's fun. I think that it's enjoyable. And I like to try to do it. And so all of that combined, I just don't have the space in which I can do the same things that I did before. I really don't. There is a hair on my face right here that has been driving me bonkers. Oh, I finally got it. And so I think you're just gonna hopefully see some new content from me that will include some of those interests. Like I said, I do love thrifting, and I think that it's easy to talk about a get ready with me to go thrifting and then maybe show you guys some of the stuff that I thrifted. Whether you guys want to see me out and about while I'm actually doing the thrifting or just see the items that I bring home, that's something that I can see whether I feel comfortable thrift or vlogging out and about. I usually don't, so I probably won't, but that's kind of the ways that I think I will try to bring this channel into some of the things that I already love doing, without kind of jeopardizing those new enjoyments, those new hobbies. Because I think there really is something to like the fact that even though it's a hobby, I don't have to stay stagnant in it. I don't even have to I don't have to stay in the hobby, period. Like, I can choose to no longer love makeup, no longer love plants. And, that's my choice. And that's understandable as we all evolve. And sometimes, as I know from my personal experience, I pick up hobbies sometimes to kind of understand something that's going on in my personal life, or sometimes to alleviate something that's going on in my personal life, and I'm hurt by it or I'm concerned by it. And it's a form of therapy. I mean, even for me, for when I started my plants, that happened about 2 to 3 years ago. And that happened because there was somebody in my life that I felt I could not take care of. I could not provide that comfort, but I could do that for a plant. And so that was the evolution of my plant hobbyist love affair. And I love my plants, don't get me wrong, but even them, I only have but so much time to really take care of them. And so even something as actually starting to consider to downsize my plant collection, it's become a thing that I really have to consider, because I don't want to neglect them to the point where they're not the beautiful plants that they could or should have been. I really don't. This got very dark very quick. And I'm gonna be leaving my house at like 10 a.m. with the vampiest look you've ever seen. So I really need to brighten this up. I'm sorry, I just like noticed how dark it was. And I know if it's dark here, it's probably dark in real life because I have pretty much no lighting right now in front of me. So we're gonna do a very light lid color, and we're gonna try to really downplay that dark crease. So yeah, I mean, I really don't have, I don't think anything else to say. I just wanted to finally sit down here, chat with you guys, and just kind of tell you where my head is, where my space is. I am going to try to upload regularly, but I mean, I think anybody would understand with the schedule that I just explained why even that might be a little difficult. But I will try. I will do my absolute best because I do miss you guys. I mean, in all seriousness, I miss YouTube. I do. I mean, I still thankfully have been able to kind of stay somewhat consistent in watching YouTube. Okay, I'm sorry, I put something in front of the camera and you already, okay, there we go. I've been somewhat consistent in watching YouTube, like the YouTubers that I'm really a fan of. I've been pretty good at like keeping up with their content, whether, actually when they're uploading it, or whether I'll just like go on a binge and watch a whole bunch of content from them at that point. But I've been doing pretty good at that. So my hope is that I can get back into it now that I'm hopefully kind of understanding when I can film, etc. Because to be fair, most mornings, Friday mornings, I wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning. So I really can take the time, maybe between 7 and 10 when I can't really do certain errands or chores that I want to do, to just sit down and film. And it really, for me, sometimes it takes me a minute to process these simple things because I just have so much going on. I have so much going on. And so the concept of me processing that I could have done that for now weeks wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen at all. Ooh, this mirror needs prayer. There is a whole film. Oh, goodness. So yeah, I need to spray. We're gonna still do my setting spray. I just have to make it work. I'm just gonna finish up really quickly. Take my hair out of my bonnet. And we'll see what the finished look is looking like. Maybe even by the time I've done that, there's been enough sun that we can get some sun from the front. Because if you didn't know, since I've been here and like moved my filming to my bedroom so I can actually have a dining room, I only film with natural light. So that's probably why I'm having, well, that's not probably, that is why I'm having such a difficult time today with lighting. But we gonna make it work. And even if I have to bring some lights back, I have them still. I never sold them. So I can. I would just prefer not to, if we're being honest, because they just don't match the decor. You feel me? Or maybe it's something where I'll just bring one of my lamps that match my decor in here, and that'll just have to be my quote unquote studio lighting. Okay, let's see what I've done. We're gonna do same 2 setting sprays. They're hanging on for dear life. I'm almost done with these, but they just will not die, basically. Monica Dar and LYS Natural Finish. I think the LYS was sent to me. I think it's been so long ago, I don't actually remember. I should probably somehow indicate all the stuff that's sent to me so that I can remember, because stuff has been getting sent to you, girl. It's actually wild. Anyways, let me do the setting sprays. We'll close this out. We'll be done. Oh, I gotta do my hair too. So let me actually turn my camera off. We'll do all that. I'll come back and it'll be a whole new world. 1, 2. Okay, so actually, let me see. I'm gonna move my blinds and see if we got enough light, because I need to have a better reveal than this. So this is what the finished makeup look is looking like. Yes, I dyed my hair. Yes, it looks a mess. That same DIY principle. You feel me? DIY'd my hair. But it's okay. We gonna make it work after a month or so. Give it some time. She'll come back to life. Hopefully looking better than ever. But I'm liking the makeup. I really think it's fun. It's definitely bold. I don't even think this friend has ever seen me with this much makeup on, so this will be comical. But I'll definitely need to change my attire because I have on a normal t-shirt and some jeans, and I need at least a nice cute top to really go with this makeup look. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this rambly get ready with me. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from with how busy my schedule is, how valuable my time is, and how much I have to prioritize eating and sleeping. Like even today, I haven't ate since before I went to sleep, and I'm hungry. Your girl's hungry. But for this one moment, I wanted to really kind of prioritize filming and hopefully getting back into the swing of things now that I've kind of mentally digested on how I can actually do so. So yeah, I will see you guys hopefully in the next one, which hopefully will be coming very, very soon. Bye guys.